Hello everyone, today we analyze about the new monetary policy and specific goals for stabilizing New Zealand's economic development. The goal of monetary policy is to modify the amount of money in the economy in order to control inflation, maintain a low unemployment rate, and the balance of international payment. Before 2021, the worldwide epidemic and the volatility of the global supply chain, this sharp contraction in activity reduced inflation and unemployment below the bank's objectives for several years. As a result, the government reduced discount rate and undertook a large-scale asset purchase program to promote economic growth for increasing inflation to 2% to 3%.
What is the CPI increase in 2021?
The CPI increase in 2021 was less than 2%.
After the pandemic, the CPI growth rate surpassed 7% in 2022 due to the energy constraint brought on by conflict between Russia and Ukraine and the United States hiking interest rates. The purchasing power of New Zealand dollar decrease and the price increase are a general economic tendency. The supply of goods and services cannot keep up with the demand. And as prices have increased, so have corporate expenses.
What is the unemployment rate in 2022?
3.25%. Thanks to loose monetary policy over the previous year, unemployment has decreased.
The slide explains New Zealand's monetary policy to attain price stability based on inflation target. To ensure macroeconomic stability, we want to lower the CPI growth rate in the short term to below 5% and a stable unemployment rate at 3%. Selling security in open market operations can decline money from the economy, increases rates and decreases economic activity. By raising the discount rate to lessen short-term liquidity demands, the medium-term goal is to maintain future inflation rates near to the target midpoint of 2%, while aiming for the CPI inflation rate of 1% to 3%. In the long run, it's also necessary to increase reserve requirements ratio to reduce money supply and control inflation for economic stability.
How can the unemployment rate be stabilized?
If this measure will be successful in controlling inflation and preserving economic stability, which may eventually result in level of employment that are sustainable.
The imbalance between New Zealand's domestic supply and demand brought on by issues like trade disputes on a global scale, excessive local inflation, and declining purchasing power of the New Zealand dollar. Therefore, in response to the current economic challenges, New Zealand's new PTA should temporarily disregard climate consideration in favor of stabilizing CPI, bringing down high inflation rates, and preserving stable employment rates. This choice was taken with the economic's overall stability and recovery in mind. New Zealand can prevent the damaging effects of excessive inflation on the economy and create a climate that is favorable for economic recovery by implementing measures to stabilize the price level. Additionally, sustaining and regaining consumer confidence as well as lowering socio-economic pressures depend on maintaining a stable employment rate.
Can a climate change target be included in PTA if inflation is expected to be 2% in the future?
We will consider extreme events and natural disasters brought about by climate change may have a negative impact on the economic. Integrating climate change into monetary policy goal can help government and central banks better manage these risks, making sure to enhance economic resilience and stability and reduce the impact of disasters.
The new PTA includes two monetary policy operational goals. One is to reduce short-term high inflation, stabilize long-term inflation at 2%, and the other is to stabilize the unemployment rate at 3%. Currently, not to consider ending climate change targets. Let's That's all for our presentation. Thank you.